Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We've all heard it a million times, drink at least 2 liters of water a day. It's probably one of the most famous pieces of health advice out there. It's simple, easy to remember, and it sounds healthy. But have you ever stopped to wonder if this one-size-fits-all rule is actually right for you? Is 2 liters the magic number for everyone, or could it be too much, or even not enough? Today, we're going to dive deep into the science of hydration, bust some common myths, and figure out how much water your body really needs. Let's get to the bottom of it. So, where did this famous 2 liters a day rule even come from? It's not like it was carved into ancient stone tablets. The origin is a bit murky, but most experts trace it back to a 1945 recommendation from the U.S. Food and Nutrition Board. They stated that a suitable allowance of water for adults is 1 milliliter for each calorie of food, which for a standard 2,000 calorie diet, works out to be, you guessed it, 2,000 milliliters, or 2 liters. Sounds straightforward, right? But here's the crucial part everyone seems to have missed. The very next sentence of that report said, most of this quantity is contained in prepared foods. That's right, the original advice acknowledged that we get a significant amount of water from our food. Over the years, that second part was conveniently forgotten, and the guideline was simplified into the catchy slogan we know today, drink 8 8-ounce glasses, which is roughly 2 liters. It was an oversimplification, a classic case of scientific data being misinterpreted and turned into a universal command. Now let's talk about what your body actually needs. The truth is, there's no single magic number that applies to every person on the planet. Our water requirements are incredibly personal and depend on a whole host of factors. Think about it, a 250-pound male athlete training for a marathon in the middle of summer is obviously going to need more water than a 120-pound woman who works a desk job in an air-conditioned office. Your age, body weight, activity level, the climate you live in, and even your overall health all play a massive role. Someone living in a hot, humid place will sweat more and need to replenish fluids more often. If you're physically active, you'll lose water through sweat and need to drink more to compensate. And don't forget about your diet. A huge portion of our daily water intake comes from the food we eat. Fruits like watermelon and strawberries are over 90% water. Vegetables like cucumbers and celery are packed with it too. Even things like soup, yogurt, and oatmeal contribute to your overall hydration. So, when you're calculating your fluid needs, you have to look at the whole picture, not just what you're drinking. So, if we can't rely on a strict number, how can you tell if you're drinking enough? Your body is actually an incredibly sophisticated machine with a built-in hydration sensor. The most reliable indicator is thirst. If you feel thirsty, it's your brain's way of saying, hey, we need some more fluids in here. But there are other signs you can look for. One of the easiest ways is to check the color of your urine. If it's a pale, light yellow, like lemonade, you're likely well hydrated. If it's dark yellow or amber colored, it's a clear sign you need to drink more water. Other signs of good hydration include having good energy levels throughout the day, moist skin that bounces back when you pinch it, and not having a dry, sticky mouth. Your body is constantly giving you feedback. The key is to learn how to listen to it. Instead of forcing yourself to chug water when you're not thirsty, just pay attention to these natural signals. On the flip side, what happens when you don't listen to those signals? The dangers of dehydration are very real, and they go far beyond just feeling a little thirsty. Even mild dehydration can have a noticeable impact on your body and mind. One of the first things you might experience is fatigue and a sudden drop in energy. Your brain might feel foggy, making it hard to concentrate or focus on tasks. Headaches are another classic symptom. Dehydration can also affect your mood, making you feel more irritable or anxious. Physically, it can lead to problems like constipation because your body needs water to help move waste through your digestive system. In more severe cases, chronic dehydration can put a serious strain on your kidneys and increase the risk of kidney stones. So while you don't need to obsess over hitting a specific number, ignoring your body's need for water can have some pretty unpleasant consequences. Okay, so we know dehydration is bad. But can you actually drink too much water? The answer is a surprising yes. It's a condition called overhydration, or water intoxication, and while it's rare for the average person, it can be very dangerous. When you drink an excessive amount of water in a short period, you risk diluting the electrolytes in your blood, particularly sodium. This condition is known as hyponatremia, which means dangerously low sodium levels. Sodium is crucial for maintaining fluid balance and for proper nerve and muscle function. When its levels drop too low, it can lead to symptoms like nausea, headaches, confusion, and in severe cases, it can be life-threatening. This is most commonly seen in endurance athletes, like marathon runners, who lose a lot of salt through sweat, and then drink huge amounts of plain water without replacing those lost electrolytes. It can also happen to people who, driven by a misunderstanding of health advice, force themselves to drink far beyond their body's needs. This is another powerful reason to listen to your body's thirst signals rather than adhering to a rigid, arbitrary rule. So, what are the best, most practical strategies for staying properly hydrated? The number one rule is simple: drink when you're thirsty. Your thirst mechanism is a finely tuned and reliable guide for most people in most situations. Don't force yourself to drink if you're not thirsty, but don't ignore the signal when it appears. Second, adjust your intake based on your circumstances. If you're heading out for a run, spending the day at the beach, or working in the garden on a hot day, you'll naturally need to drink more water than usual. Keep a water bottle handy during these times. Third, eat your water. Make water-rich foods a regular part of your diet. Munch on cucumber slices, add bell peppers to your salad, enjoy a juicy orange for a snack, or start your day with a bowl of oatmeal. These foods not only provide hydration but also come with a bonus of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. The goal is to create a sustainable, intuitive approach to hydration that works for your unique body and lifestyle, not to follow a rigid, one-size-fits-all directive. Before we wrap up, let's bust a few persistent water myths that just won't go away. Myth number 1: coffee and tea don't count towards your daily water intake because they are diuretics. This has been largely debunked. While caffeine does have a mild diuretic effect, the volume of water in a cup of coffee or tea is more than enough to offset that fluid loss. So yes, your morning brew does contribute to your hydration. Myth number 2: drinking ice-cold water burns more calories. The theory is that your body has to work to warm the water up to body temperature. While this is technically true, the effect is minuscule. We're talking about a handful of calories, maybe 8 calories per glass. You'd burn more calories by just standing up and stretching for a minute. So drink your water at whatever temperature you prefer. And finally, myth number 3: you need special detox water with lemon or cucumber to cleanse your body. This is pure marketing. Your body has an incredibly efficient detoxification system already built in, your kidneys and liver. They do an amazing job of filtering waste. While adding fruit to your water can make it tastier and encourage you to drink more, it doesn't have any magical cleansing powers. Plain water works just fine. So, to bring it all together, what's the final verdict on the 2 liters a day rule? It's not a hard and fast medical command. For many people, it's a reasonable starting point or a decent average, but it's certainly not a universal requirement. The most important takeaway is that there is no one-size-fits-all answer. The best hydration plan is one that is personalized to you. It's about learning to listen to your body's signals, your thirst, the color of your urine, your energy levels. It's about being mindful of your activity level and your environment. And it's about remembering that hydration comes from both the liquids you drink and the foods you eat. Instead of forcing a specific quantity, focus on building healthy, intuitive habits. Trust your body, it knows what it's doing. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope this helped clear up some of the confusion around hydration. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. What are your thoughts on water intake? Let me know in the comments below. Stay hydrated, and see you next time.